Whew, just another day in beautiful paradise. I'm just here to show you how perfect my life is. Oh, no. Damn it. That's awkward. Listen, if for even a second you thought that my life was anywhere better than yours right now, then this video is for you. Well, go on everyone, grab yourself a seat, grab yourself a drink. If you're new here, I'm Candace. Welcome to my channel. I'm a retired HR manager, an entrepreneur, and a plant mom. Today, I wanted to talk about how easy it is to fall into that comparison trap, feeling like everyone else has it all figured out, and I'm over here trying to remember where I left my cell phone. Oh, there it is. So I remember when I was in prep school or primary school, whatever you want to call it, I used to think, oh, it must be nice to have your father pick you up from school. It must be nice to have such a long flowing hair. There was a girl that used to stand in front of me for prayers in the morning, and she would just have this long flowing hair, and then she just whip it in my face. So annoying. When I moved to high school, then I started thinking, wow, you know, they're so cool, their grades are so much better than mine. And then when I went to university, I'd feel jealous of the girls that would dress really well. Meanwhile, I'm just schlepping around. And then when I started working, it must be nice to earn that much money, you know? And as someone in her late 30s, I still get those feelings of comparison. I mean, don't get me wrong, like whenever great things happen to people, I love it. I love seeing it. I love celebrating with my friends. I love when they're winning and when great things are happening for them. I feel like that feeling of comparison doesn't really go away no matter how much older I get, because I'm learning that it's actually a natural thing. Whenever I'm trying to understand like why we do the things we do and why I am the way I am, a lot of the times I look at the evolutionary perspective of things. Back in the day, knowing who was stronger, knowing who was faster or more skilled, that's what helped us to figure out where exactly we stood in a group and what we needed to do to improve. So at that point, it was really a matter of survival, right? Today, we don't need to compete for food or survival in that way, but our brains still track where we rank compared to others. Even though that stuff's natural, like feeling that way, it still doesn't feel good. Whenever I'd feel that way and I'd mention that to somebody, the response would be, comparison is the thief of joy. And I'm like, how is that helpful? Like, how is that comforting in any way? Yes, it is the thief of joy, but I already know that I'm feeling miserable about it. There's no like actionable thing that I can take away from that. So over the years, I've had to learn how to get myself out of feeling that way on my own. So I remember right after university, where everyone's like, you know, they're getting jobs in their careers. I remember like Facebook was a thing for my age at that time. I would see people that I went to high school with and university too, and it would seem like they were already on the fast track in the corporate world. Like they're already climbing the corporate ladder, getting these big jobs. I would feel really sad about it. I'd feel really down about it, thinking that I'm less than in some way. I had to just delete Facebook. Like for my own sanity, I had to delete Facebook. And as a result, I felt relieved. Like I felt like that was one less thing that could make me feel down or bring me down. Social media is not to blame for all our problems in life. But once again, going back to that evolutionary perspective and just realizing that things like advertising and social media just kind of makes those things worse. I mean, if you really think about it, social media is like any other consumer product, you know, cigarettes, gambling, sugary foods. Like it's meant to keep you addicted, so you just keep going back for more and more and constantly seeing the best parts of people's lives. Meanwhile, you're not feeling great that day or that week, or maybe you're having a terrible year, but you're just constantly being bombarded by these images of smiles and happiness and vacations. You automatically just start comparing yourself. Things that have helped me feel less insecure and less jealous about what other people are doing is that I've gotten more insight into people's actual lives. Like, would I really want that friend's high paying job knowing that they're burnt out by it and they're feeling depressed? So I really just stopped assuming that other people's lives are just way happier than mine. There's someone that I know, I don't know them directly. I know someone who knows someone. When you look at that person's Instagram feed, it's just nothing but vacations and smiles, and they're rich. You know what I mean? And so it's easy to think that, wow, they just have it all. They're actually very depressed. And you realize that people put in a whole lot of effort in trying to showcase the happy side of their lives. People don't necessarily show you when things are going bad. I'm not saying people should be showing that stuff. You know, I'm saying that we're not seeing it. And so we need to keep that in mind whenever we're comparing ourselves and our lives and where we're at in a moment of time. Realizing that success isn't linear. Realizing that some people just had a head start in life that I didn't. For example, say you had a group of friends and they all had the same goal, which that never happens. Nobody's always wanting the same things in life. But for example, everyone had the same goal of becoming the CEO of their different companies. And one of the friends got their goal right away because of nepotism, right? And then the other friend, maybe it took them a couple of years because they had to learn the ropes, actually work their way up to that position. The other friend, maybe it took them twice as long because maybe they had to go to therapy for a couple of years to work out the issues they have with like self-sabotage, you know, and then they had to do that first before they could even start proving themselves and working their way up the ladder and all of that stuff. So I'm just saying, like, everyone's on a different journey and it just takes some people longer to get to a destination. What I started asking myself is, would that person's path have been realistic for me given or different circumstances? And I feel also that things really started shifting for me even more when I started practicing gratitude. And I know a lot of people, they don't like that word for some reason. It gives them like the ick factor. I don't know why. But it's the truth. Like, that's how I've been able to overcome those feelings, because I'm able to focus more on what I have versus what I don't have. So when I'm feeling down, I think about how far I've come. I think about all the people in my life that love and care for me and support me, and realizing that there are people who don't necessarily have that. There's no better feeling than really getting out of those starting gates, moving towards something that you really want. That's something that it drives me, it pushes me, and it makes me more focused on what I'm doing as opposed to what other people are doing. Yeah, so I have some notes here. You know, I'm always journaling and writing things down, but I want you to remember, the more you work on you becoming the best version of you, you'll start loving yourself and where you're in life more. And if you want to see how I did that, how I worked on that part of myself, how I worked on my self-esteem, then I want you to watch this video next. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.